I'm Margery Egan. You are listening to 96.9 WTKK, where our numbers are 617-822-1969, Verizon callers, pound 969. This is our monthly meeting with the Attorney General of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Martha Coakley.
And the latest Hillary Clinton superdelegate, please.
Hillary Super. You're Hillary Super Attorney General Coakley, but we won't hold that against you because I may be a bona fide. Jim, of course, is not admitting who he's voting for, although we all know he's totally in the tank. I think he has his Obama briefs on today, but he's going to give us...
You'll never know, will you, Margery?
We'll never know. We'll never know.
Hi, Margery.
Briefs or shorts?
Briefs or shorts,
Briefs or
Jim?
boxers?
It's a totally inappropriate question for an Attorney General to ask. Let me see.
Marjorie's asking it.
But it is briefs, if you must know.
Really?
It is, yeah. And they're actually looking quite fashionable. I have the O on one hip and the B on the other hip, and the rest is in the...
Good thing we're on radio.
Thank you very much.
Okay, big news out of the Attorney General's office that you and Democratic leaders have basically gotten together to push for tougher laws against child predators. Jessica's law has gotten a lot of play all over the country. Bill O'Reilly on Fox News has been pushing this 25 minimum for rape of a child under 14. Yours is not quite there. What is yours, and why is it better than Jessica's law?
I'd like to think that this is a bunch of ways in which we've updated this statute. And a lot of the rape laws in Massachusetts really go back to the 18th century, and they haven't really changed much. One of the things, and we talked about this when I was on a couple times ago, Jim asked me how I felt about it, and I said, look, I don't think the 25-year minimum mandatory works. I said, I would love to see them all in jail forever. I hate sex offenders. I'd like to protect kids. I spent a lot of my life doing it. I also know what the limitations of the system are. And so for people who, see everything in the world black and white, who have a simplistic approach to say, gee, tougher sentences will mean kids will be safer, my answer is, I wish it were so, but it ain't.
Why isn't it? Why isn't it?
Because the simple fact is that if for every, claim of child abuse, the person is facing 25 years in jail. No one will ever plead guilty. We will have to drop cases. People will go free who should be convicted and should serve time in jail. And even if we win those cases, they will be taken up on appeal for years and years. And so it's just... I understand why people like it. They think they want to be tough on this stuff. I appreciate the instinct, but it seems to me that my job, even if people don't want to hear it, is that's not the way it works. And what we did was set about to say, what is child abuse really about? Who does it? How do we investigate it? How do we prosecute it? What are the problems within a system that guarantees that defendants are innocent until proven guilty? Look, there are a lot of very controversial cases of child abuse where people said, oh, that person's not guilty. Those people in that daycare center aren't guilty. These are very...
Well, you still take... obviously, you're still taking heat for the highest profile case in America from some... and I'm serious. Almost every time you're here, my friend Barbara Anderson, who I battled for decades, writes an email talking about the great miscarriage of justice.
And she will never change her mind, and I won't change it, and that's fine. Life goes on. I understand that.
So what did when you and DeMacy stood up with our great friend Gino Flaherty the other day, and I mean that in the loosest of terms, what did you guys do? What are you doing to change the existing law that you think will work better than this Jessica's law proposal?